You're not allowed to say his name.
What can you not say? Now I'm gonna make him say it.
No, we can't tell you.
You're gonna tell me. Oh, I missed it. Okay. So I have to tell you, the show that I work on, we're on location every day, and it's myself and 3 other guys who host it. And we just got a boat, like for our show, that we can host on.
Name it the Moonstone.
But that name's already taken. Isn't that bad luck if you give it the name of another boat?
But that's in the fictional world.
Okay.
Well, no, actually,
so this could make it the real world.
Put an E on the end.
Then it would be very British
Yeah.
too. You just put an E on something and it's automatically British.
Well, it's quite French as well.
French. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, same thing.
Ooh la la.
Oh la la.
Yeah.
What advice can you give us about how to shoot something on a boat and not look like an idiot the whole time?
Look for the horizon.
Are you saying you look like
No,
an
I'm
idiot?
saying you didn't look like
What are
idiots.
you
So give me
saying?
advice so that I know how to copy what you did, and then I won't look like an idiot on our boat.
Well, you just got to make sure that you rock from side to side in the same way the boat is rocking from side to side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, it doesn't look very real.
This kind of works for the interview too. I feel
And you
like we're
kind
on
of just
a boat.
look
We
out.
should do
like-
this for the interview.
Yeah,
I
for the
think.
interview.
You go to sleep. When you went to sleep at night
Yeah.
and you're still rocking,
My
You would still
dreams were
feel
going
it.
like that.
you're still
You know?
rocking, lying
Yeah.
in bed.
Because how long would you guys actually be on the boat
All
shooting
day.
during
Hours.
all day long?
Hours.
We went out in the morning. They brought lovely little box lunches onto the boat on a speedboat,
Little chocolates and all.
and then we filmed until it was too dark.
And the thing that I think is so wonderful is that some of these real Dunkirk little boats were used in the film. You guys saw this?
Yes.
What
Oh.
was that like?
Oh, it was sweet.
Yeah.
It was sweet seeing all that. They were
Yeah.
really funky little boats, funny
Yeah.
odd ones.
They
And
were.
ours was a 1930s boat.
Right. I read that you
Yeah.
kind of fell in love with it a little bit.
It was lovely. It had like an engine like a London bus underneath the wooden floor. It was all wood.
Yeah.
And then they decked it out in the cabin with old books and pictures and things
Yeah,
from
they had
that
loads
period.
of little ornaments in it, didn't
Yeah,
Yeah, so it felt very true to it.
yeah.
And then the stuff in the air too is just insane to me, like an actual IMAX camera strapped to these planes and you being
With
up
an
there.
actor in there as well.
Yeah, I mean when
What's more?
right.
What do you want?
I don't know what's
What's
worth
more
more.
valuable?
What
Oh,
did
yeah.
they strap the camera to on you?
they? Did they?
No, the wing.
Oh, the wing. I see. Right.
Did
No,
they
they-
strap the wing
that-
to it?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
strapped
yeah.
the wing. They strapped
strapped
you
the whole
onto
thing
the
to
wing,
me, yeah.
right?
I
Yeah.
heard that.
Was this? I mean, I'm mildly claustrophobic, and just watching the movie at certain points, particularly with you, at one point, I was taking deep breaths and trying to get through it. At what point, if at all, did any of you guys feel like you were getting pushed outside of your
Just
comfort
any
zone?
time spent with Barry, it's quite a claustrophobic experience.
Right.
But you just take little breaks.
Yeah. I see him encroaching right now.
Yeah, I mean,
towards
he's
Mark.
just, he's just, yeah. It's like he lives in IMAX. He was that close.
I have to ask, this was such an intense film. Is this what it was like when you guys weren't shooting? I mean, do you have, when you're doing these scenes that are so crazy
we
intense,
chilled
you just
out
have to laugh the
together,
rest of
yeah.
the time?
We sat
You have to
in rows
find
a
that,
lot,
don't
didn't
you? Like in a film like this,
Never
that
sat
intense, you have to
opposite each other.
find that time to have that bit
we?
of
It's all
it.
very.
You know, but not too much.
Yeah.
Not too much because you have to stick to we're shooting a serious film, but you do have to have your laughs and that as well.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah. The thing with boat travel is it takes quite a while. The landscape doesn't change very much around you,
Right.
particularly when you're just going round in a circle. So it took some patience.
This was your first role.
It was
In a
my
film.
yes, it was my first film role.
I mean, that's kind of like someone saying, let's take an airplane ride for the first time and then like going to the moon. This is
Yeah.
a big deal.
Yeah, it was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Your first day on set,
Mm.
what goes through your mind when you realize like, this is happening, we're doing this?
I think that's just kind of when it settled in. Really,
Yeah.
I've done a lot of preparation, research and physically for the role and everything, but nothing really properly prepared me until I had my first day on set and saw these huge, warships and planes flying overhead and hundreds of extras dressed in battle gear on the beach. That's when it really settled in, and I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely actually happening. But yeah.
How do you prepare for a role where the dialogue that you have to master is pretty limited? The rest of it is here.
I think it's trying to just put yourself in that space as much as possible, as much as you can, and trying to be very present in the moment and react to things going on around you. Because I think that often when there's a lot of dialogue in a scene, it's easier to work yourself into that place with the dialogue. So I think it's just about trying to be as present as possible in
Right.
the moment.
I read that many, if not most, of the extras that were cast were actual residents of Dunkirk. Was that true?
Yeah, a lot of them were, yeah.
Did you get to talk to them, and what was that like? Because
Yeah, I
this
mean,
is
they
such a
were
part
all-
of their.
For sure, yeah. I mean, they're all very young guys. A lot of them didn't speak much English. But there's a definite kind of atmosphere in the town, in Dunkirk in general, which is, I don't know, it's almost one still reeling from the effects of this disaster. You know, you go from one street, which has got this gorgeous old architecture, and you go to the next, and it's got this concrete new build, or there's no houses at all where it's had the hell bombed out of it, and it's just a very sobering experience.
Right. What was it like to meet and then work with Christopher Nolan?
It's amazing. I was a huge fan anyway, and it was just pretty unreal, really. But I think the best thing, one of the best things he does, is extinguish the hierarchy when you're on set. So whether it's between the actors or the crew or him, you know, he makes it feel like you're all on a level pegging, really, which is such an easier way to work, and it means you get to know each other and grow closer so much quicker, which I think will always make a better film, because if you know someone more, you know, can use shorthand with them. And
Yeah, of course.
yeah.
You were one of the actors who, because of course it's told in 3 ways,
Yeah.
land, sea, and air. You did land and sea. Which was most challenging for you? I know you talked about the physical aspects of it being kind of crazy.
The swimming was tough. There was a lot of swimming.
Yeah.
They were both tough in different ways, I think. The land was equally, you know, jogging up the beach with stretchers and everything, which was tough. I don't know, they were just different. They were just very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, congratulations. It's
Thank
just
you
a
very much.
tremendous movie, and you were great in it.
Yeah, nice one.
And come to
Thank you.
Seattle.
Yeah.
We've got great music. Come see